We're going to go ahead and close out the NFL draft for the Detroit Lions this year in 2025 with the last picks for Detroit. So let's go ahead and go at 2:30, where the Detroit Lions decided to go safety out of Georgia, Dan Jackson. Now, Dan Jackson is going to be a depth safety. We talked about that for the Lions, that they're going to pick a safety in the draft, potentially late in the draft. Here is our safety. Now, Dan Jackson this year, he's done 47 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 interceptions, and 3 pass defense for Georgia. Now, he was used a lot. He's going to be a special teams guy. He's a special teams ace. That's what he has done, right? He's the guy that's going to go ahead and make the tackle in special teams. That's where he's aggressive and pursuing runs. He's outside the tackle. Sometimes he can make, though, poor decisions and allowing, when playing defense, the carry to get in open space. But he's willing to consistently play against the run is part of why I think he got drafted here, because he loves to play against the run, and that's part of his work ethic. So Lions can use him at safety, obviously depth and for developmental. Clearly, you're talking about an extreme late-round pick here, but he can play special teams immediately. And when you're talking about late-round picks, that's what you're looking at, is what they can do immediately. That's what he can do, and he can play against the run well. Dan Campbell loves those type of players. That's good. He can be best in zone. He plays tough against bigger receivers as well in man coverage when need to be. That's good, especially in the NFC North. Justin Jefferson and everybody out there. He can snag the football. He does have the ability to get the interception. You see 2 right there. But, again, he's going to be a special teams ace for Detroit. And that's perfectly fine. We love special teamers. We've let some good special teamers go in the past, like the Jalen Reeves-Mabins and everything. So this is a way you can get players that can make a difference for the football team. And it's a late pick. Like, it's going to cost you barely anything. So go ahead and grade this draft pick, A, B, C, D, or F, in the comments right now. I'm going to go ahead and just go with, it's a B. Why is that? It doesn't matter in this part of the draft. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is he is a player that he can make the team. There's the lack of depth there at safety. He can make the team and be our reserve safety, right? And he can be special teams guy. So I'm going to give that as a plus. There's nothing wrong with finding that in the late rounds of a draft. And that's what they did here. And so any part of these draft picks, it's all in the late round. It's all about what you can potentially get out of them. Developmental, can they make the team? All of that. And so with that, perfectly fine, because it's a player that potentially he could make the 53-man roster and help out the Lions' depth in the secondary. Today's show is sponsored by GameTime. It is the best ticketing app, the #1 trusted app for me, and the app that I want you guys to get. It has so many great features, specialized in last-minute deals, and saves up to 60% when buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theaters. It don't matter. They have GameTime picks, making last-minute ticket buying easier than ever by quickly highlighting the best seats in the stadium. And there's so many events going on right now, whether it's concerts, baseball, Tigers, hockey, NBA, Pistons, a lot going on. The best part about GameTime is that you can see the price of your ticket right up front. And when you're doing all the pricing, you're not getting surprised by hidden fees at checkout. They also have the lowest prices guaranteed. And if you find tickets that is cheaper in a different ticketing app or service in the exact same seat, same row, same everything, GameTime's going to credit you 110% of the difference. Go see the Tigers. Go see the Red Wings. Go see the Pistons. Go see concerts this summer in Detroit. So get started today and take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime today. If you plug in Chat Sports, you're going to get $20 off your very first purchase. Again, go to the redeem code section. You plug in Chat Sports, ChatSports, to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms to apply. You have to create an account. You got to have an email to save that money. Now, the link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. So download GameTime app. It's last-minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. Let's go ahead and go with the last pick here for the Detroit Lions. They decided to go offensive side of the ball, and they decided to go Dominic Lovett out of Georgia. Now, Who is Mr. Dominic Lovett? What has he done so far in his tenure at Georgia as a wide receiver? He had 59 receptions, 607 yards, 6 touchdowns, 10.3 average to the 5'10", 185-pound slot receiver. Comes to Detroit and to fill out that wide receiver room. What is good traits? What's bad traits about him? He's got exceptional route running, precision, creating consistent separation against both man-zone coverage schemes. Showcase impressive body control, sideline awareness, maximize his catch radius despite his smaller frame. He has good straight line speed. Clocked in at 4.46 40. Exhibits soft, reliable hands with low drop, making him a dependable target in crucial situation. He possesses quick twitch and athleticism, ability him to excel in short and immediate routes, displays football intelligence, adaptability, demonstrates the ability to have soft spots in zone coverage, shows toughness and willing to work across the middle, unafraid to take those crucial hits. Now, not everything is so good about Mr. Lovett, though. He lacks ideal size, right? Big deal. He's not a big guy. He struggles consistent with these physical battles against press coverage. Could definitely impact him. He shows room for improvement in his blocking technique. And you know, in Detroit, you better do that. I think that can be coached up. May face challenge in high, pointy, consistent catches against taller, more physical NFL defensive backs. Could improve his yards after the catch and protection. Sometimes lacks the elite burst. Consistently breaks tackles in the open field. When I look at what he is going to bring to the Detroit Lions, before we get into that, I want you to grade this draft pick here in the 7th round. Dominic Lovett, A, B, C, D, or F. Do you like it or do you love it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Yeah, that was a dumb pun that I did while I was talking. But anyways, what do I see about this draft pick? He could make the team this year or practice squad, but I think he's the Kalif Raymond replacement. That's right. I think he is the replacement to Kalif Raymond. When I look at him and his size, what he can do, doesn't he just seem like a Kalif Raymond type of player? Now, the last 2 years, Leaf's been injured, right? He's a little bit older. He's been next year, right? So the Lions could move on after this year from Kalif Raymond, and there you go. You can have Dominic Lovett to come in here and take that spot over. They said they wanted to get younger in the wide receiver room. They did that. This draft, we literally got 2 receivers, and all those 2 legit could make the team, both of them. Maybe if they go 6th receiver, we'll see. But you have Tim Patrick, Kalif Raymond, obviously J-Mo, and St. Brown. Obviously, those are locks right there, right? We pick up wide receiver in the 4th round, or sorry, traded in the 3rd round, basically from the 4th round all the way up to the 3rd round, get receiver. So they're trying to get this room young. That's what they have done here. So they're they did exactly what they said they were going to do. And I'm fine with this, especially when you're talking about late round picks. You're looking at what can they bring, not just in the immediate, but what is something that they can utilize. He has that small size and speed that Kalif Raymond does, right? And Kalif Raymond is a match. He could be a matchup nightmare, especially when he was in his prime. I feel like the last couple of years, maybe a little bit less. But having that guy out there, and then again, we had Sione Vaki too. Even though he's a running back, you still have options that you could do the small passes to make the big play, right? You don't have to do these gigantic routes, even though Leaf would do that, but you could do the throw right down, 5-yard pass, and gain 15 yards. So that's the type of player that they got there, and I'm perfectly fine with that. When I do a grade on this one, again, I'm going to give it a B. It is a 7th-round pick. You throw a ball, see where it lands, and that's kind of what it has with these draft picks. So I'm excited to see all these guys here in minicamp and talk about it. We're going to grade all of the Lions draft in a little bit in an upcoming video. With that said, folks, adios.